such persons, they don't know anything, they don't want to hear anything. All their life they lived with the material conception that we're just matter, that's all. There's nothing spiritual, there's no supreme. All their life they live like that, and so they give up their bodies just like any other kind of creature. It's like a cat or a wombat or something gives up their body, they give up their body like that. There's no higher understanding that's befitting human intelligence. So this birth and death stuff is going on and on and on. Someone who sees with intelligence can detect that indeed life is a struggle. But you may say, well, I don't feel like that now. But you have to look at the whole picture and even analyze the quality of what you're feeling now. It's amazing how allured and distracted we get. Even those of you who are budding transcendentalists, those of you who are aspiring to go to a higher platform in life, to leave the material platform and go to the genuine spiritual platform, you know how alluring the illusion is. How you can so easily be swept away by the matrix of illusion. Never underestimate the power of the illusory energy. There's actually an energy. This is described in the yoga text. Krishna explains that he has an energy with the specific purpose of bewildering the tiny particles of consciousness. Why? Because they want it. So Krishna reluctantly lets you have it. Reluctantly. Just like a parent, a good parent, tries to raise the child very nicely, but the child keeps insisting, I want to do what all the other kids are doing. Leave me alone, just let me do my thing. And the parent finally goes, all right, you'll find out. You'll find out. I thought of this looking at a picture today, because I was born in New York, and so one of our lofties here, part of our loft group, Kelly was telling me on the phone yesterday that, do you know that there's a huge hurricane the size of Europe heading towards New York? Like a once in a, not even once in a lifetime event. I mean, the place rarely gets hurricanes. I remember the last hurricane hit there, I was like 10 years old, and it was like 1960. So, and this one's supposed to be a super big one. So, the whole, parts of the city are being evacuated. All of Lower Manhattan, the financial district, is shutting down, except for the stock exchange. They have their own power system. No, that will never shut down. It's the heartbeat of the whole world. So, I saw a picture. The police were evacuating the low-lying areas. And so there's this picture of one policeman, and he's talking to some young guys who are carrying their surfboards down to the beach. The young guys are thinking, oh, look at those waves! Wow! We don't have to go to Hawaii. We don't have to go to California. Here they are in New York City, giant waves. So you can see in the picture the police officers, very sternly, you can just understand what he's saying. Look, guys, you got to get out of here. I mean, you just don't know what havoc is going to hit. And you can look at the picture and see, while he's talking, the guy's just looking over at the waves. They're holding their surfboards like... So whatever the policeman's saying is not even going into their ear. They're just mesmerized by those waves. So you can understand how it is that we are struggling with illusion, even when we want to get out of illusion. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is giving us all instruction. Not simply, this is wrong and this is right, but what happens when you do like this, when you do like that? What are the reactions? how your consciousness becomes covered, how you forget your original identity, how you simply increase your suffering. It's all explained. See, Bhagavad Gita is not a moralistic book. Thou shalt not do this, and thou shalt not do that. Actually, Bhagavad Gita considers that you already know that. You already know, not to steal and, not to chat up your neighbor's wife. In other words, Bhagavad Gita assumes a lot. So, it's not a moralistic book. It's a manual for existence. It explains why, wherefore, what happens, so that you have a full, comprehensive understanding. So you can just see that policeman talking to the young guys holding their surfboards. They all had their, their wetsuits on, and they were just ready for partying. So the policeman's trying to explain, look guys, we don't know how heavy this hurricane is going to be, and it's coming right here. This is a low-lying area. It may look like fun out there, but you could really you could die. We don't want any casualties. So he tries to explain to them, rationally. You can even tell them, New York City today ordered about 1,000 body bags. We don't want you in one of them. Try to scare them a bit. But no, the guys are just clutching their surfboards with their wetsuits on and just looking at those waves. Wow, we gotta get out there. When's this guy gonna finish talking? Because it was not a forced evacuation. It was a voluntary evacuation. So all the policemen could do is exhort and try to explain, but every citizen had their right. Many persons in the low-lying areas, houses right by the shoreline, a lot of people said, "Oh, I'm not going anywhere." There have been hurricanes here before, maybe 40, 50 years ago. No real damage happened. I don't feel like getting out of my house. So, all the police could do is just admonish them. Come on, you just don't want to take a chance. Just spend a few nights in the public shelters. They opened up the schools and made them public shelters. Just spend a couple of nights there to be safe. And quite a few people said, nah, it's gonna be all right. What? And what was the answer generally we gave? I feel like it's gonna be okay. I just feel that way. I just have that feeling, that intuition, Kind of like the New York equivalent of the Aussie. You should be right, mate. You should be right. Why? It'll work out. Don't be upset. It'll work out. So here we are in our material existence. We have taken birth when actually it's not necessary. We have acquired a body of matter, a mind of matter, and it's not necessary. With this body and mind of matter, we are pursuing temporary material objects. Can you see yourself pursuing? Chasing things, groping after things, buying things, trying to possess things. This is mine. You know how that feels? This is mine. Ever had that experience when your temporary significant other suddenly just grabs you and says, mine? How many of you have had that experience? Raise your hands. Come on, get them up there. How did you feel? Wow, this is great. I'm belonging to someone. Someone's claiming me as their very own sense object. So we're always groping and grabbing and buying and consuming and pursuing. We have no peace within. These days, people can't even sit quietly for a few minutes. They're so distracted. This is all part of the struggle for material existence. There's a term for it in Sanskrit used by Krishna in the 15th chapter of this prime yoga text, Bhagavad Gita. Prakriti stani karshati, the Sanskrit says. A most ancient mystical language, Sanskrit. That means you are struggling in the oppressive material atmosphere. Oppressive because your desires can never be suitably fulfilled. You just, at best, get a little bit of what you want, or just last for such a short time. And then you say, I think that was pleasure. You ask your friends, what do you think? That was pretty good, huh? Yeah, I think we enjoyed. What do you think? What do you think, huh? Yeah, it was good. You need reassurance from your friends, that you had a good time. It's so flickering. Can you understand what is flickering? Who's near the light switch? Anyone near the light switch there?
That end. That end. Bhavesh is there.
Yes, can we ask someone? Yes, please do that. Just turn the lights on and off real quick. Quicker. So now you have a vivid example. Okay. Flickering happiness. The lights were on for a brief moment, right? So similarly, as a genuine materialist, we insist, no, there was some happiness. How can you say that there's no happiness? Come on, there was some light. But it's an annoyance, isn't it? On and off. It's like finally you say, either leave it on or turn it off, one or the other. So, when Krishna speaks about the oppressive material atmosphere, think of the example of you have a piece of toast, and on the toast you have spread some preserves or else some manuka honey, and and the toast is just laying on a plate on the table, spread with preserves or honey, and then along comes a fly. What does the fly see? Oh, this is paradise. And the fly lands on the honey-smeared bread. And what happens to the fly? He's caught, he's stuck. So what does the fly do when it realizes it's stuck? It struggles. It tries to fix the situation. You're calling it struggling. But to the fly is just adapting to the situation. Similarly, you may say, my life is not struggling, I'm just adapting, I'm just going with the flow, I'm just adjusting. But you are stuck in the material atmosphere, like the fly stuck in the honey. The more you struggle, the more you adapt and adjust, the more you become entangled. Now, what's the only way that the fly is going to be able to be saved? If someone comes along and pulls the fly out of the honey, and some or other, if it's possible, washes off the fly's wings and legs, so the fly can buzz away. Otherwise, on its own, the fly can't do that. Now just imagine, here you are, a fly stuck in the honey on this piece of toast. And then someone mercifully comes along to set you free. They pick you out of the honey, and they kind of, some or other, try to remove the honey from your legs and wings. And what do you say? What are you bothering me for? I know what I'm doing. This honey tastes good. I can handle myself. Who do you think you are? I don't need you. So it's amazing how we consider ourselves so independent in this world when actually we are subject to such dependency. The more you pursue illusion, the more dependent on illusion you become. We're too tiny to be independent. This is a main lesson of the yoga text.